Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Man, I miss Pantera.
They put testosterone into the music industry when it was all glam.
Well, not just glam. They're the ones that kind of kept the testosterone audience sane
During the grunge era, too.
Yeah, because to me, grunge was just depression, dude. You know?
Yeah, and these guys came along, and it was like, all right, thank God.
Yeah, we're not depressed here, man. Put out the keg. Let's get some beer cups. Let's start. I went to a concert. I saw them at the Meadows in Austin, which is no longer there anymore. It's right in the entrance of Austin, and it was like a hill, and you could go down the hill, and it was Prong, Sepultura, and Pantera, and they were headlining, dude, and it was so dry that day that when people were walking down the hill to get to the cement slab in front of the monster stage, right, it was like just picking up dust, dude. So by the time Prong came on, everybody started moshing, and the dust turned into like a
dust devil?
A dust devil, dude. And then
only in Texas.
And then the singer from Prong, he goes, "Welcome to the world's biggest Dust Bowl." And it was like, dude. And then Sepultura came on, and I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. I was never a Sepultura fan. I never really got into their music. I saw them that day. A la madre.
Was a flip switched?
Yeah, dude. I was like right in front of Andre Kisser is his name, I think, the freaking guitar player, and I was like just blown away, dude. And with the whole tightness of the music, and I was really, really blown away. And back then, the smells at the concerts, dude. You know, you smell
a lot of
everywhere.
herbs.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, man.
And then Pantera came on, right? And then it was just a party. I mean, with what these guys did, you know what Pantera did? They brought a keg on stage, and one of the roadies brought like a stack of like beer cups, right? That, like when you have a keg party. And they were filling the beer cups like almost full.
And throwing them.
And they were throwing them up in the air, dude. And they were landing, and fans were catching them, dude, and drinking them.
Oh, the beer didn't spill?
No, dude.
What? That sounds it defies the laws of physics.
I want one. And, dude, and they had all their road crew and the band, and they all had cups, and they were all throwing them. So it was just raining beer cups with beer, dude.
And when you're in a mosh pit, man, it feels so cool.
Oh, there was no mosh pit then.
Well,
everybody was just standing, and everybody's just waiting for that beer.
Right.
And you could see people everywhere, like right close to you and everything, catching a beer. Some of them would fall and shit, right? But some of them would catch them and just start drinking the beer.
It's a very unique smell because you're at a concert, you're hot. So you smell your new shirt that you bought, right? The smell of the new shirt. But then beer lands on you, and you smell beer too.
Yeah.
And then pot.
Yeah.
So
and
sweat, body
odor. Yeah.
So
especially when you're in the middle of like the pit, like you're just you smell everything.
So the senses are going berserk.
Yeah. I was just thinking, man, some of these kids are gonna get whipped when they get home. You know, they're gonna smell like beer. ¿Dónde chingaste estabas? You were drinking beer.
No, you won't believe me, but they were throwing beer. And it defied the laws of physics, and I caught it.
Look, young man, I was born in the day, but not yesterday.
Welcome to episode 36.
Yeah, you do the intro for a
of
change.
the Rock and Chaz show.
Yeah, there you go.
The longest running show on PVT.
Yeah. Yeah, the longest running show, man. I mean, golly, it's incredible. And, you know, we are the only show in South Texas that I know of, maybe even the state of Texas, that has a live program every night, Monday through Thursday. I don't know of any other in our region here in the Rio Grande Valley. I don't think there's anybody willing to take that challenge of doing live content every night at 8:00 p.m.
Not going to happen.
It is challenging, folks, and it takes work.
Everyone else has a yellow streak running down their spine, brother.
And a brown spot right in the center of their Chicky Schneider.
Right.
Yeah.
Chicken Schneider. So it looks like an exclamation point. A yellow streak and then a brown spot.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, and then we moved the show to Wednesday, so it's Wednesday night. You're here with us at 8 o'clock p.m., and we appreciate you. And it's all brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men. We went over there, and we took some video because I finally got Rally to go out there. She finally found some time to go because she's one of the most busiest women in the entire world. And we went last Friday, and we decided to get together the IV vitamin infusion therapy. Which
As a couple.
Yeah, and it would have been great this weekend since it's Valentine's, right? I mean, just Valentine's.
With an M.
Yeah. And so we went and we did the IV vitamin infusion therapy, and we documented what we did. And
I'm showing a little bit of it.
Yeah. And I mean, what did you think, Rally? I mean, was it fantastic, right?
I think it was awesome. I really do think it was awesome. I freaked out, though, because I know that the nurse had said, you'll probably start tasting a little bit of the vitamin, like, in your throat. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. But I did. And after we were done, I felt great. I really did feel energized. It was amazing. It was amazing. And the nurse that did the IV, freaking amazing. It was awesome. He had like a very light hand. I don't know how to explain it, but he was really.
Wow,
really...
you were really checking him out, weren't you, guys?
Well, no, I mean,
Right.
because he wasn't.
I didn't take you over there for that. What the hell?
He had the softest brown eyes, baby brown eyes.
Yeah.
I mean,
What the hell? His tone. The skin tone and not one wrinkle.
I mean, he must have been wearing eternity.
Yeah.
Because I was lightheaded.
And his ears were shaven. I mean, not one hair sticking out of his ear hole. I mean, it's just like.
Hombre.
I'm like, who is this guy? Charlie Crockett?
Puro pinche detail. Ya madre, acá este pedo.
Oh my
¿Qué onda,
God.
bro?
It was great. The experience was great. And I
Oh,
can't
now she
wait.
says the experience is great. Now she says the experience was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go again.
Was this an Apollo male dancer?
This show is officially stopping right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, let me tell you, that dude has the lightest hand.
You see? You said the same thing.
The lightest hand. I thought you had said he had lightest skin.
No.
órale, está bueno.
I said the lightest hand.
Yeah, Raymond Rose, and he had subtle lips. She could see the outline through the mask.
Yeah, right? Yeah, the dude, I mean, when he puts the needle in, I mean, it's like, is it in already?
You don't feel
Is it?
anything. You don't feel anything.
No, you don't. She said with a frown.
I thought you wanted me to
Wonk,
repeat.
wonk. You don't feel a damn thing.
And I was like thinking, all right, I was wanting to see how Rally was going to take the needle because you know how girls are like really like,
Right.
But nah,
No,
dude. I mean, she was
not
a
at all.
trooper, dude. And then when he put the needle in my vein, he like first shot, boom. I've gone to places, dude, where they leave me all bruised.
They can't
Yes.
find
They
the-
can't-
Yeah, they can't find it.
They're like, bing, bong.
And then and then you know what, dude? They realize I'm RocknRollJames. So they're like they feel nervous. You know?
Right,
And
they're
I'm
like,
dude, calm down, bro. I mean, I'm nobody.
Right. This guy knows Little Joe.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but man, we highly recommend you go out there and get that. It boosts your immune system, gives you energy. I was having some back, pain in my muscle spasms and stuff, and it took care of it. So it's some really good stuff. And then this guy went to go get some too. Didn't
Yeah, I'm going to show you a picture, and you're going to think, what is Lou Ferrigno doing at Dr. T's? I mean, what the heck? Is this the Mexican Hulk Hogan? I went last Friday, and they put testosterone in my right arm, and then a B12 in my left arm. So,
And they put a testosterone on my nalga.
So I felt like I could conquer the world. I'm trying to leave. Door comes off the hinge. I'm like, look at those guns. Man.
By the time he gets home, his shirt is in shreds.
Right.
Yeah.
That
It's
shirt
shredded.
the shirt that you see, it was full sleeves when I got there. When I went, it was a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
But when I when the shot went in, the Popeye forearms
Yeah.
ripped the shirt.
And the masturbation grip, man. I mean, look at those two hands.
I know.
I mean, they're like, put that picture again, babe.
By the power of Grayskull.
Look at those hands. Look like they can tear it up a couple of times at night with lots of Kleenex.
Babe.
It's more like bounty towels. But anyway,
Bounty towels. Brawny. Bounty. It's more Viva. Or what was that other one? The quicker picker up or what's that one called?
No, bounty. The
Bounty.
quicker
Órale, está bueno. Órale.
But anyway,
Más charming, carnal. Más charming.
Brawny, Braun.
Oh my God.
Puro paper towel en la casa. Hey, you know what? You know you live in a Hispanic household when like you go to the bathroom to take a poop and they have like paper towels in there, right?
Yeah.
A roll of paper towels. Se nos acabó la toilet paper.
Hey, you gotta do
It's
what you
all
gotta
right.
do.
We have bounty.
Hey, there's nothing better to wipe your ass with than Bounty or Brawny,
Coronet.
You know you're not gonna get any poop on any part of your hand up here, when
And you
you're
can look
wiping.
at the beautiful pattern. Oh,
Oh
look.
my God.
Paisley.
Yeah.
Paisley.
A rainbow.
Yeah. And the poop is in the pattern. And like it comes out like
Like a mold?
Yeah, the poop comes out and it's the patterns
Like a
on the
mold.
poop, So
This endorsement took a wicked right turn.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to say is, I got 2 shots and I felt phenomenal.
yeah, you did, yeah. Somebody,
So thanks to everybody. out
Pete
there.
Trevino says BB guns, bro.
Yeah,
Damn, bro.
Maybe compared to Pete, maybe they are BB guns.
Yeah.
That's good for me. I can't speak on behalf of the rest of the planet.
It might be a BB gun, but it can still shoot your eye out.
Bing.
So,
So anyway, thank you, Dr. Tease.
primary care for men. And you can call them at 956-441-2188. All right? Cool. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I hope the girls have been coming out on the show, right?
Sort of.
Yeah? Have you been panning the camera over there as well?
Not yet, because you haven't introduced us yet.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and start putting it on yourselves if you start talking before
Oh, okay.
introduction.
Well, we're just
Oh,
laughing.
okay.
But
Yeah,
Okay,
we're just
all right.
laughing.
Well,
We're
that's
listening
cool.
to y'all's poop talk.
That's the subtitle of this show. Poop talk.
So, Riley, how you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing well. Hello, everybody. Hi.
What's your shirt?
I want to share a little something about my shirt. So February is Heart Month, right? And so the American Heart Association has a Go Red for Women campaign. And so I purchased this off their website, and it just says fierce, and it has a heart on there. And so their motto and their campaign is to empower other people to live fierce against heart disease. So I'm wearing red today.
All right. Awesome. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Is it Valentine's?
Yeah, it is.
What
Love is
about
in the air.
Felicia's here with us.
Hello, yes.
Sorry we were grossing you out.
Oh, no, it's okay.
She's used to it.
I'm used
Yeah,
to
she's used to it. You got to expect it.
No, but I'm wearing a WrestleMania shirt. I have
Alright.
I've worn it before. I have so many T-shirts. I'm like my dad. I have so many T-shirts, but I don't have a lot of a lot of classic T-shirts,
Right.
So I gotta go and.
Well, even if they're not classic, I mean, just wear it. Look at Rally; she wore a new shirt, and it's
Okay,
something.
yeah.
Just,
Well, then I'll just
it-
talk. Yeah, I'll
it
start.
doesn't
I'll
have
start
to
going
be
one by one
classic.
like you did.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. So, what about you, Chaz? What do you got? Well, which WrestleMania is it?
Oh, this one is. It's the.
The Rock?
No.
Stone
It's
Cold?
Stone Cold and Bret. Oh my God.
Shawn
Shawn
Michaels.
Michaels. Shawn Michaels.
yeah.
You caught me off guard.
That's the Texas WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was a Texas.
Yeah.
San Antonio versus Edna, Texas.
Yeah. Home state. Those were the good old days of wrestling, dude.
Yeah, when they could be offensive.
Oh, because well, let
Yeah.
me tell you why I put the shirt on too. I took a nap today,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a dream in my when I was asleep that I was wearing an Austin 316 T-shirt, and that I put it over my head, and that I was trying to put it on, and that I was pregnant.
Whoa.
And I was like, what the hell? And then I looked down and I had had a mask, and it was like one of those jelly masks of Stone Cold, and I was gonna put it on. I don't know what the hell was going on in my dream, but that was my dream. So I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna wear a Stone Cold t-shirt.
When
Super random, I know. I don't know.
when a person sleeps during the day, they have the weirdest
It was
dreams.
the weirdest dream.
That is true.
At night, you don't dream like that.
No.
But
Well, you don't remember the dreams. That's the
Yeah.
thing. You do, but you don't remember what it
Yeah.
was.
And it wasn't even like a long nap. It was like 45 minutes, but it was just like
That's all you need.
I woke up like, what the hell was that about? It was
Yeah.
so weird. I'm sure everybody's had that kind of dream. Well,
like I've woken
Women.
up. Yeah, I've woken up at about 6 o'clock, and then I go back. I get to the bathroom, whatever, and then I go back to sleep, and then I start dreaming like the weirdest stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll be dreaming something, and I'll wake up, and then I'll go to the bathroom, and then I'll come back to bed and go to sleep, and it'll continue.
Oh,
my
that's a
God,
trip.
that's crazy.
The
Yeah.
dream continues.
That's
Part
a trip.
2.
And then I've had out of body dreams.
Those are scary.
Like
I've had
I'm
one of
walking
those.
around the house, and there's like, or like if there, I know there's somebody in the house.
Yeah.
But I can't freaking like I'm trying to struggle to get up to get my gun, and then I'm like,
And your
damn.
body's heavy. You can't.
and it's heavy, and and then I end up getting up and getting the gun, and I'm walking around the house, looking and stuff, and then I wake up and I'm like in bed. I'm like, holy
I had a
smoke.
dream like that one time, but it dealt with aliens. It was really creepy. So I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get some weird out of body dreams too.
Weird stuff, yeah. And so what about you, Chaz? What do you got today, bro?
This past Sunday was the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And during the game, I was thinking, what a shame that the XFL went down the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the XFL started, you and I, we were promoting it on the radio.
Back in the last year.
Yeah, last year we were promoting the XFL, and it was fun. It was entertaining, and I go, I'm going to get a shirt. This is the Dallas Desperados, man.
Yeah.
Check it out, man. And then Corona came along. Boom, and the XFL
Bankrupt.
out of business.
And then The Rock and his wife, or his ex-wife, who's his business partner, and another hedge fund guy buy
Conglomerate.
it for $15 million.
Yeah, so
And it'll be up next spring, right after the Super Bowl in 2022. So
fingers crossed for the third version
of
of the XFL.
The very first version was my favorite, and it was during the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
So
I
it
mean-
was a lot more the ideas for the league were a lot more
Innovative.
and aggressive.
Yeah.
And now it's like
They're trying to make 'em
everything's
more-
sensitive.
Yeah, compatible.
But I remember the very first time, they had these awesome uniforms, and they had when they started the games, they had like The Rock in one stadium, Stone Cold in the other, so they were really blowing it up. And then they had these rules like instead of a kickoff, they would put the football in the 50-yard line,
And they had to run.
They had to run from the end zone, and the first guy to get and then the first one they did, one of them gets injured.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they had cameras on the ground. They had like camera guys with like shoulder pads and stuff, protective gear, running around the field with the guys.
It
And
was-
it was awesome, dude.
The XFL really broke through a lot of ground, and hopefully that The Rock, that this third time's a charm, and hopefully it'll happen in a phenomenal, badass way,
Yeah.
And then I wanted to show a picture so when the Super Bowl ended, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna put Tom Brady, the GOAT, and I thought, well, he has 7 Super Bowl titles, but that doesn't compare to 16 World Championships. So I posted a thing of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and it was great because it went viral. People were sharing it. And it's always interesting how these things spread. Like, you see, like, what? It's in Florida. It's in Minnesota. And I was like, what? And the thing is, and some people were being negative. Like, hey, man, Ric Flair's fake. Tom Brady's real. I go, it's only a joke, man. Like, people get so crazy.
I know, dude. Yeah.
I was like, and I was proud of my little meme that went viral, and people just like to hate.
Oh yeah.
Always.
I was like, okay, dude, I know.
it is.
Yeah, they take serious. They take shit very serious.
I know, dude.
You know what? Because I stole the picture from you and I posted it on my page. And the first comment was, "Don't be a hater, dude." I'm
I
like,
know.
dude, it's a joke,
It's a
bro.
joke,
God,
man. Like, calm down.
yeah.
But a lot of people loved it, and it was great.
There's people go on social media to see what can anger them, man. You know,
Right.
They look for things to anger them.
They like to argue. They want to
Yeah.
go on
Right.
and say, who can I argue with today?
Yeah.
Oh, you're promoting Ric Flair over Tom Brady.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm gonna put my 2 cents in.
Right. Don't you know that
It's too soon.
that's scripted? Tom
See?
Brady is real.
Speaking of Tom Brady, did you see how drunk he was getting off the boat?
No.
And he deserves every drop of alcohol he
He was.
drinks.
They were helping him walk, and he
Wow.
was just like he was totally.
I-
Drunk.
the
he
boat-
threw the trophy to another boat
I was
over water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're
he
going to
was-
hate him. They're going to hate him for it.
And he was, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to say, what kind of example is he?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody's like, and especially the news media, they look for any little thing to create outrage so people can click on it.
Yeah.
I'm very careful with that stuff. I don't click on stupid crap, you know?
Yeah, because you never know.
Because I know they're just like, you know, they're just trying to get my click so I can get some ad revenue. But either way, I don't think Tom Brady could ever do or accomplish what Ric Flair has accomplished,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean?
Can Tom Brady do a promo and have a heart attack? No, he can't. I
No
wish
way.
he would. That would be great.
And I bet Tom Brady has more respect for Ric Flair than Ric Flair has for Tom Brady, too.
That's probably accurate.
And I bet you Tom Brady would wish he could beat Ric Flair, and Ric Flair doesn't care if he could beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, and Charlotte Flair has more world titles than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because she's,
And
I think, 13 or 10-time champion.
And I'm sure Tom Brady wish he had a daughter like Ric Flair, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Ric
So it's a long list.
And Ric Flair doesn't care if he could have a daughter like Tom Brady. He doesn't.
And Ric Flair has thrown away women like Giselle Bundchen. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
And as far as Tom Brady being drunk,
Bunchen.
you know, Ric Flair has probably spent more money
On
on
spilt
spilt
liquor.
liquor than Tom Brady spent on those 2 beers that got him drunk.
Right.
I mean,
Ric Flair, true story, he would wake up and start the day with
Drinking.
5 or 10 beers.
I put I.
He would start the day with 10 beers, and that's not an exaggeration. That's how he would wake up and chug 10 beers.
Yeah, discipline. That's what it takes.
And he had abs. I don't know how he would do that. This guy had a 6-pack.
discipline. Yeah, Tom Brady wishes he could swig 10 beers in the morning.
Yeah.
Ric Flair doesn't care if Tom Brady could throw 10 passes in the morning.
Oh my god.
So there you go.
What
Ric
are you
Flair.
wearing?
I'm still going to the end of the
Of
and
of
I'm
your
bringing out,
closet.
and I'm bringing out some real dusty tour shirts. This one is yeah.
Yes, please.
It's like the Munsters. Remember in the Munsters?
Yeah.
Like, how you doing? And they
Yeah.
go,
It's like that prong concert I went to, man. But Drowning Pool, man. When they came down, this is one of my favorite bands out of Dallas. Their singer died at a very young age when they had Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. And so they had like 3 great songs. The singer had roots in McAllen or had some sort of connection, to Brownsville. His dad was living in Brownsville, worked somewhere in the port or something like that. And so he was on the bus, I think in Louisiana somewhere, and he died in the bus from a heart attack at a very young age. He was in his early 20s. But Drowning Pool was really like they were like the B-level Pantera from Dallas.
Yes. Yes. And
And-
anybody coming out of Dallas, it's hard to top Pantera. And they also had Tearing Away. That was a
Tearing
great
Away.
song. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then the Bodies Hit the Floor was one of
Staple.
a staple also from WWE. They would use it.
Yes, that's true.
On WWE as well. So that's what I got, the Drowning Pool concert shirt when they came down with a new singer, of course. But they put on a hell of a show, man. Sacan la pinche da los vatos. Órale. All right, so we've got some classic teas from the fans. What do you got, sweetheart?
Ooh, yes, we do. We have our friend Dario Puig, and he sent us a really nice classic Hawaiian t-shirt.
A la Bray Wyatt, a la Bray Wyatt.
Yes. So Grand Prairie, Texas. Thank you, Dario. We also have our friend from Del Rio, Texas, and his name is Pete Salazar, and he's wearing a classic MTV t-shirt, but the picture that he sent, he's standing with actor Victor Rivers from the movie Blood In, Blood Out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so it's a really, really neat picture. So Pete and Dario, thank you so much for sharing your photos with us.
Man, Dario's got some of them thick eyebrows, man. Big time.
His eyes are beautiful.
Yeah.
He looks like that guy that did the vitamin infusion.
Yeah. And the shirt he's got looks like with one of those OP shirts. Remember those Ocean Pacific
It looks
shirts?
like he's one of the extras on the set of Magnum PI.
Yeah, he could have done that, man. All right. Well, thank you so much to
Thank
our
you,
fans.
guys.
And you can text pictures to 956-641-3241. And we really appreciate all your input on the show. And we like to show off our fans.
Yeah.
So if you've got any pictures you want to send them to us. If you've got any type of that we even get pictures of people like in different poses watching the show, dude. Like with in the background.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah,
I'm
so
watching the show.
Those are really cool, man.
Can I just say I received a picture of one of our friends from, what was it? That little town.
Memphis, Texas.
Memphis, Texas, and we'll show the picture tomorrow. But it's a picture of you and Ron, and he's right in the middle. So he like photoshopped himself as if he was on that side of the studio with you guys. Oh, I don't have it. So that's why I said I'll put it on tomorrow. But
Tomorrow.
It's super, super duper cool.
All right.
So Sonny James is his name. Thank you for sending us those pictures. I'll put them up tomorrow.
All right. Okay, we have a question. AVZ says, please would love to know what Rock and Roll James thinks of Selena's double, Anais Jarmendia. I haven't seen her. Is she on the show on Netflix?
Oh, I think that's the girl that I sent you a TikTok of.
Is that her?
That I said
'Cause
she
I-
looks exactly like Selena.
There's a girl that we're following with our PVT Instagram, and I don't know if she's lip syncing or singing, but she looks
It's
like
her.
she's singing. And
It's the
man,
one I
she
sent you.
sounds great.
It's the one I sent you a TikTok of.
Yeah.
And I said I've never seen anybody look like Selena as much as this girl. She looks exactly. She has the same nose, everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, I always like her posts, so she can know that we're following her.
Yeah.
On #PVT. Maybe one of these days she'll be in town, or we can be.
Well, I don't think she's from. I think
where's
she's from
she
a
from?
different country. I don't think she speaks. I think she speaks a different language. Like she's from a different
yeah?
country. I think.
Well,
Check out
that's
that
a
picture.
Wow.
No, because there's another girl that did. She came out on the the crime series, and she played her. That's
Is that the
another
girl?
girl. She's from San Antonio or something. This other girl that the comments about. She's from. I saw her on TikTok, and I sent you the video, and she looks exactly like Selena. Like she takes the cake. She looks identical to her. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look her up. I know we're following her with our #PVT Instagram account. We're following. I think it's her, and we always put a heart on her post because we love Selena, right? All right. So. I want to thank Gio Arteaga, Big D Kings, Miguel Ramirez, Alfredo Rios, Pipeliners, Skillabro, también Raymond Rose, Carmen Benavides. Thank you so much. And everybody, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And it's time for the Rockin' Chaz, Rockin' Poll. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, February 10th, which is today,
That's true.
1978. This baby came out. Van Halen won. And the world was never the same again.
And it came out at a phenomenal time because the world was consumed with disco.
Uh-huh.
And it was a big debate like, oh, disco is the new thing, right? And then Van Halen came along and said, whoa, hold on. We just showed up. And, when you talk about a perfect album, there's only a few perfect albums. It's AC/DC, Back in Black.
Mm-hmm.
The first Boston.
Yeah. And
This
AC/DC Back in Black isn't the first album, but it's the first album with Brian Johnson.
Right, and it's a perfect album. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
there are a few albums that.
But what about debut albums? Boston?
Boston?
Yeah.
It would be Boston. It would be Van Halen.
Okay.
Maybe Nirvana. Nevermind.
Okay.
I would say that one too.
Yeah. That's a good question.
It is a great question.
Yeah.
What's the greatest debut album?
Yeah.
But this one, man, I mean, it's right up there.
Between Metallica, Kill
'Em All?
Kill 'Em All. Between this one, Boston, and
Nevermind.
Nevermind, and Metallica, Kill 'Em All. I mean, which one do you think had the bigger impact? Leonard Skinner's first album too was a gem as well.
It was, yeah.
But
When they're sitting on a little windowsill,
Yeah.
right after that picture was taken, one of the guys vomited because he was all hungover.
yeah, so this definitely it was a self-titled debut studio album by Van Halen, released today, 1978. So it's 43 years old. It peaked at number 19 on the Billboard 200 and sold more than 10 million copies in the United States, receiving diamond certification. And the funny thing about it is that when it was first released, it didn't really make any waves. It's not till like 1980 that it like caught on. And
Because they're touring. They
Yeah.
were touring.
They were
like nonstop.
they were opening up for Kiss. They were
Yeah.
opening up for Black Sabbath. And the album contains some of Van Halen's most well-known songs, including this one, Running with the Devil, Ain't Talking About Love, Jamie's Crying, their cover of The Kinks' You Really Got Me, the 1 minute and 42-second Eddie Van Halen instrumental Eruption, which is something that was unheard of also in those days, playing a whole lead solo.
Yeah, like without even a song. Like, oh, here's a
Yeah.
solo. Go for it.
And if you look at it, it's reminiscence of the Led Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love. It's not Whole Lot of Love. What's the other one? Heartbreaker, where it stops and he does
Yeah.
that lead solo.
Yeah.
Jimmy Page. So the Eruption is considered one of the best electric guitar solos of all time and popularized the technique of the two-handed tapping. So let us ask you all, what is your favorite track on the first Van Halen album? And this is probably one of the toughest questions you could ever have. And it can only be one song. You can't have 2 or 3 songs. It has to be one song, all right? So let's go with Rally first. Rally, what is your favorite track on this song? And you've heard this because, I play it all the time.
Yes. So my favorite is "Feel Your Love Tonight."
Oh, yeah, baby. What, tonight? Okay, está bueno
Yes.
lo que tú quieras.
That's my favorite. It reminds me of us on the motorcycle up in the hill country. 'Cause
Yeah.
we would always play that. So.
Yeah, that's the album that I'd play a lot when I was on the Road King and you were riding with me.
Yep.
What about you, Felicia? What's your favorite Van Halen one album song?
This was a hard one because I love Van Halen, but it's got to be "Ain't Talking About Love."
Ain't Talking About Love.
Yeah, it's just when that intro starts,
Yeah.
it's like I love it. I love
Yeah, that is one of the greatest.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. I like this one better than the Kinks song. You Really Got Me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This has just that. And then the bass.
And
The
then-
whole, it's real tight.
I heard the news, baby.
Yeah.
It's like the best. Yeah.
And then, hey, hey, hey. They used to get.
All the audience, man.
Hey, hey, hey.
I think that's what he says, right? I heard the news, baby. Is
Yeah.
that what that is?
I think
Am
that's
I
what he
wrong?
said.
Did I just make up my own lyric?
No, he did. Hey, don't worry. Vince Neil makes up lyrics all the time, so don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Sometimes they're not even lyrics. It's just gibberish. But,
Right.
So what about you, Chaz? What's your favorite song?
Mine is, man, I love the one that's called The One.
I'm the
The one you love. Come on, baby. Show your love. It starts off real blistering. Like it just, once it starts,
Yeah.
that song has like 3 solos. So it starts off with a solo. Then there's another one like around at the 120 mark.
It's like a chingazo, man.
Yeah,
when it starts,
it's like
man.
we're not messing around. I mean, you hear that and like, oh,
You start.
yeah, I
stuff.
start breaking stuff. What a great intro.
Yeah. Damn.
And then they go.
And the drums, like so fast. It just mends
so
in
tight.
perfect.
Yeah. Like a razor.
Yeah.
We came
here to entertain you. We've been here, we aggravate you. Don't you know it seems the same to me? Oh yeah, I'm the one you love. Come on, baby, show your love. Ow, ow. Give it to me.
Dun, 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 dun. That's a great song, man.
Yeah, it is, man. My favorite song was the one that started it all, man. As soon as I put the needle on the album when I first bought it at the age of 12 or 13, back in 1980, 81, and I put it on the stereo that my mom had bought me in my bedroom there at the ranch in Mercedes, this came on my speakers. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What is this? And then looking at the picture of David Lee Roth bending backwards, you know, on the video, we put that video again, babe, because the cover, everything was just perfect. Especially, you know, David Lee Roth in his bell bottom, I don't know, they're leather or they're silk pants, and then an open silk shirt, you know.
Yeah, and you know, to show you how powerful disco
And
was,
platform shoes.
like, you know, they were kind of wearing disco
Yeah.
clothing. It was
That's
a
what-
disco, like a what do you call that material?
Silk.
Polyester.
Polyester, yeah.
Polyester. I mean, they looked like disco stuff,
Yeah, they did.
and they broke through.
Yeah, and I thought they looked great. I think if a band comes out looking like that again, it'd be great. Playing music like that again.
Yeah.
It'd be great. I mean, but the album cover is just one of the most classic album covers. Who the hell decided to put those pictures? I mean, I'm sure they took a bunch of them, but they picked the perfect, and the drummer, you can't even tell his face.
It just looks like a blurry
It
mess.
looks like
the
he's
drumming.
on flyer. But Eddie Van Halen and that guitar, man, is like, it's freaking awesome, dude. But the David Lee Roth was the whole image of it, man. I mean,
Yeah.
wearing those pants with those belts and that little shirt that fit him like 2 sizes too small with platform shoes, bending backwards. It was just amazing. I was watching an interview with David Lee Roth and with Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan says that David Lee Roth says, we're the soundtrack of your high school years.
Yeah.
You know, we're the soundtrack of your youth. And then he mentioned about, what was it different? Well, you see, there's like, you know what he mentioned? He mentions like, you know, there's those bands like Toto with all these great songs, but would you know them if you ran into them at a supermarket? But when you ran into Van Halen at a supermarket, you'd know
It's Van
it's
Yeah.
Van Halen, you know, and it's like, because there was a lot of, and Toto, I think, is a great band. I was thinking the other day, if they would tour again, I would go see them.
Yeah, but he's right. If Toto was at Fallas Paderes, we wouldn't even recognize him. I would just be like, sir, where are the shirts?
Yeah.
But they'd recognize you, Chaz from the Rock and Chaz show.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Only because I'd be wearing the shirt.
Yeah. You hit it right on the nail, fish. And the thing about it is, if you go to a Toto concert, but you don't go with the hopes of meeting the band, right? You go to a Van Halen concert, you go
You
with the
wanna
hopes
see-
of meeting
yeah.
the band, right? But unfortunately, the days of Van Halen are over.
That's so sad. I didn't even get to see them.
I had heard a rumor that Wolfgang, Eddie's son, plays almost like his dad.
Maybe.
I would imagine, yeah.
I don't
I
know
would
how
imagine so.
I don't know how true that is, but I mean, and it'd be interesting. He does play bass. We played bass with the band, and he recorded a song as well, like to honor his dad. You know, about how he misses him now and stuff like that. But yeah, man, Van Halen 1 has to be one of the greatest albums of all time, ladies and gentlemen. And that was the Rockin' Chaz Rockin' Pole. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Chaz's Collectible. Yeah.
For this week's, I love that intro. You know, for this week's Chaz's collectible, you and I have this collectible in common.
Yeah.
And it might be the only collectible that we have in common. I don't think you have an X-Wing fighter. But I know.
But we both have Batman tights.
That is true.
That's true.
Underoos. Now, a lot of people think that when you work...
Don't tell me that you wore underoos when you were a kid. Did your mom?
I'm sure I did. I had to have. I mean, I can't envisioning that I did it. We're talking about the 70s. In the 70s, underoos were a huge deal.
They were those underwears with superheroes on them.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I had to have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Imagine if you still had a pair.
Who says
That's
I don't?
his collectible today.
It is underoos!
And I still wear them. Bien tight, de madre, parecen G-string. Órale. So
now, people think that when we work at the radio station, oh, well, you must get everything for free.
Yeah.
You must get the world.
Free
right?
tickets.
Right.
The it used to be like that.
At one time, yeah. And the reality is, no, that's not true at all. But there was one thing that we managed to get, which was a great keepsake. Now, not that long ago, there was Combate Americas, and they had a great idea, a marketing idea. They wanted to take Tito Ortiz, an MMA legend who was at the beginning stages of the UFC, and they said, let's have him fight Alberto
El
Patron from the WWE, who has some MMA experience. And they said, let's give these guys an opportunity in the octagon. And of all the places in the United States to have this event, Tito Ortiz and Alberto Del Rio, it happened right here in the RGV.
And it was the very first pay-per-view for Combate Americas.
Yeah, and what a flattering event to have here in the Valley.
And shown worldwide.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
And in our own backyard, and both guys went to the radio station, right?
Yeah.
Albert and Tito.
Yeah.
Now, I know you spoke with Del Rio. Did you talk
and
to
Tito?
Did you talk to Tito?
Yeah, Tito. I mean, that dude, he's like right on it, bro.
Yeah.
And a conservative Trump supporter. And then Del Rio was Mexican, and you know how they were trying to divide everything.
Right. They made it a political thing also.
Yeah,
right.
sort of Vince McMahon type of thing. You know? Back in the day, we had Iraq versus, Sergeant Slaughter went with Iraq, and it was the Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter and Hulk Hogan versus the Sheik. So they always had these nationalities that were in play as far as, programs and feuds. And I think they try to play on that with this one. But it was interesting because Alberto Del Rio didn't have the MMA history that Tito Ortiz had.
Oh, no way.
And in wrestling, it's pro wrestling, it's way different. But a lot of pro wrestlers, or not a lot of them, but some of them have wanted to get into the octagon. Undertaker, Batista did it. And
so did
Brock Lesnar.
Yes, of course, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so Alberto Del Rio said,
Bobby Lashley also. Lashley.
And these wrestlers, they train MMA because they need to be what is it? Limber? Is that the word? Where they need to be,
Sure, yeah, limber.
It keeps them in shape to be able to make moves in the ring. So, they said, okay, Del Rio versus Ortiz.
And so it happened here in the Valley. And so at the station, they said, hey, guys, you know what? We have something. And since you two guys here are here at the Q and you did a good job promoting,
helping us
promote, we actually got a little souvenir. And that is today's Chaz's collectible.
Right.
Let's get the chimes going.
Yeah.
This would not fit in a Christmas bag.
Yeah.
So here we go. Now this is actually autographed. I laminated it just last week. I laminated it, but it's actually signed by Tito Ortiz. It is signed by Alberto Del Rio. Is that in the shot, Rally?
Yes, it is. It is.
And it's signed right there. And there's our autograph, and they go, man, I got to get this laminated. To have these two autographs, different worlds, right? MMA world and WWE world.
You know, this is a collector's item.
It is.
I mean, it's rare.
It's rare.
And it's also the only Combate America
pay-per-view
because after this pay-per-view, we got COVID.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everything went to crap. You know
and
what
Del
I mean?
Rio doesn't do that many MMA. This might be probably the only one he ever does.
Yeah. And that's the only one that Tito Ortiz did with Combate America. So there's a lot of things in play with his poster that make it like kind of a collector's item.
The autographs, the promotion. I mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And this was one of the great things that I did get by working at the station. And I laminated it to take care of it.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome, Charlie.
I had the honor of being hired to be the hype man for that pay-per-view.
And you did a good job.
And,
I was there at the event.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun. And, you know, in Del Rio's corner, you had Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, and Thunder Rosa was there.
Thunder Rosa was there. Also, Sin Cara. Or no, Mil Cara. Or no, what's his name?
Dos Caras?
Dos Caras was there.
Yeah.
Dos Caras was there with his mask. And there was a lot of other people from Hollywood and stuff like that. It was really cool. And it was really a nice event, man. And just going to the pre-production meeting, me and Rally, we were like, a la madre.
It was overwhelming.
This is
but
a big
fun.
deal,
It was
right?
overwhelming,
It was
bro.
awesome.
But at the end of the day, we just, you know, we
Had a great time.
Yeah, we had a great time. And we just winged it, you know?
Yeah.
Because after the first fight, you don't know how long we have to, you know.
Could be 30 seconds, could be.
To fill in
yeah.
time. But this is definitely a collector's item, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and I want to share it with everybody, and there you have it.
Chaz's collectible.
Well, real quick, because we're on Chaz's collectible, I got something for you, Dad.
Okay.
I saw them. So I saw them, and I was like, I have to get them for you because I thought you would like them. So let me give them to you. Hold on.
All right, a gift.
I
The
don't.
chimes.
Here we go.
The chimes. Hold on.
I'm wearing basketball shorts.
All right.
It's all right, Fish.
Here we have a daughter, father. Just throw it.
Careful.
A daughter, father moment caught on the Rocket Chaz show.
I was like, wait, I'm in basketball shorts. They're gonna see my, my basketball.
So
You were shooting some hoops before the show.
yeah, let's see what we got here.
Oh, cool. Willie Nelson. What are these bonitos called?
They're little Funkos.
Oh, Funkos.
Yes!
That is so cute.
That is awesome. It smells like pot.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, it's scented.
there's a little bag of weed in there.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson, man. That's awesome.
That is
All
super
right.
cute.
Oh, dude.
There's one more.
Charlie's going to want this one.
Oh
I
no.
love it. I love
Oh,
it.
man,
Oh,
Charlie's
no.
going to want this one.
No, it's a daughter.
Oh, dude.
Oh my God, that's for me. Yeah.
It's Let Me
Let
Kill
Me
Mister. Oh,
From
man.
Motorhead. Look at that. Is this in the shot right there?
Yes. Yeah.
So
Push it
now-
a little back. Push it. Oh my God, there's another.
Lemmy
So
even
now we got
has.
3.
Oh,
He,
3.
if you look at Lemmy's
there.
face,
Right
he
there, right
even
there.
has the little
The mold?
moles. He has both of them.
The Cocoa Puff
Oh,
molds?
yeah, dude. Look. He's got the little molds in there.
And a cigarette in his head.
Yeah.
Man.
These are awesome.
That
man.
was so cute.
All right. And those were Rock's Collectibles! All right. Let's put them up here.
Yeah, I thought they were super cute. The Lemmy one is awesome.
All of them.
Cool.
Do-wah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back. We got to take a quick break for our sponsors. But coming up on the other side, we have another debut album that was like, that really cemented heavy metal. And also, one of the greatest movie gangsters ever celebrates a birthday. That's coming up. right here on the Rock and Chat Show. Don't go away.
Dr. T's Primary Care for Men wants to remind you that it's time for your annual physical. Call and schedule an appointment today. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Dr. T's Primary Care for Men help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Dr. T's Primary Care for Men is changing the way men's health care is done. Dr. T's Primary Care for Men. Dr. T's Primary Care for Men te recuerda que es tiempo de hacerte tu examen médico anual. Haz tu cita hoy mismo. Es acerca de tu cuerpo, mente y emociones. Deja de sentirte lento, sin energía o estresado. Aún si estás bajo de testosterona, diabetes, alta presión o sobrepeso, deja que Dr. T's Primary Care for Men incremente tu energía, estamina, resistencia y calidad de vida. Comienza a sentirte joven otra vez. Y ahora ofrecemos exámenes rápidos de COVID en ambas ubicaciones.
All right. Thank you so much to our super chats.
Thank you.
Everybody that's a super chat. Who do we got? Do we have any super chats tonight, babe?
Oh my goodness.
Check them out. Let's
Fish,
have them shout out.
Rally,
Yeah.
anybody want to say?
My mic is. I know Nadia Villarreal, she sent a super chat.
Oh, thank you so much, Nadia.
Yeah. And last time I believe she did too.
Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you for the super chat. 99 cents. It's $1, but I think her phone service takes that penny.
Yeah.
Right? We appreciate it. Javier G. Sal in the house.
Hi, Sal.
He said he had the barbecue bacon Whataburger today. Recommended. Been there, done that, bro.
Yesterday he had 12 tacos
Yeah.
for the gains, he said.
Rick Gonzalez. Oh, yeah, Miguel Ramirez. So thank you so much. All right, so let's get to some music and let's get to this week in rock history. Yeah. All right, back on this day, 1970. Man, 1970, dude.
This album is 51 years old.
51 years old, Black Sabbath released their self-titled debut album, which not coincidentally comes out on Friday the 13th. To add mystique to the band's image, new manager Patrick Meehan asks the band to stop giving interviews. The plan works, and through word of mouth, the album sells over 5,000 copies in the first week. The first single, Evil Woman, doesn't chart, but the album reaches number 8 in the United Kingdom. And I honestly think Evil Woman's the weakest song on that album.
It is the weakest. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do that song. And here's a couple things about this album. Number one, they did this album in one day.
Yeah.
They had 12 hours. Well, they did the album in 12 hours. 1 day for recording, 1 day for mixing. And they said, well, we basically went in and we did our set, the set that we do. And then on the next day, they added the bells and lightning and little sound effects. But mostly, they did it in 12 hours. And, when you think about what this album did, and all they did was record it in 1 day. Mm-hmm. Most of the songs were just on the first take, like, let's just go for it. And it made history. It is widely regarded as the first album in the heavy metal genre. And additionally, the opening track, the self-titled Black Sabbath, has been referred to as the first doom metal song. And I would play it, but I'm afraid that we might get blocked for it because it's English. It's from England. But according to Black Sabbath's guitarist and founding member Tony Iommi, the group's debut album was recorded in a single day. On the October 16th, 1969, the session lasted 12 hours, Iommi said, and they just went into the studio and did it in a day, just like Chaz mentioned. And they named themselves because they saw that a lot of people were in line to go see a horror movie called Black Sabbath, and they were talking about it's amazing
with
that people,
Boris Karloff.
Yeah, that people love horror movies, and they said, we should kind of go for that vibe of like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about a horror movie, talk about that album cover. the perfect marketing gimmick. It's eerie. It's weird. Like, you don't know what's going on. I mean, when you talk about just classic album covers, that has to be one of the best. And to send the message of like, hey, this is what's going down here.
Scary shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to scare the music industry.
Yeah, and it
and
did.
the music industry suits. They didn't know what to do with Black Sabbath, you know, and they didn't push them the way they couldn't see, because music companies and music record execs, they're about what's in at the moment. If a song hits or if a band hits, they try to push as many bands that look the same as that band that hit, or record a song with the same formula as the one that hit, because for them it's just about selling records. It's not about the, you know, artistry of it or the artistic point of it.
And how do you market a band that's evil? Like, how do you market that? Like, hey, everyone, these guys are borderline satanic.
Yeah.
You know, and
they have a picture where the cross is upside down. So when they realized that this is catchy, they started going into this, you know, satanic symbolism and all that stuff. But man, that album, I heard it over and over again, and it was, I mean, I could hear it on my headphones alone in my bedroom at home, and I'd be like, you know, the devil in that first song, Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Satan laughing spreads his wings, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting to listen to that.
It was, you know.
And then The Warning is a long song, which we were talking about lead solos like Eruption a while ago. On The Warning, Iommi just goes at it by himself with no band behind him. So there basically was a lead solo like Eruption then as well back in 1969, 1970. But the album, an amazing work.
Iconic.
Of art,
and by the way, if you ever go to England, you can take a picture in front of that mill where that little lady is, because it's an operating mill.
Yeah.
Still work. It's like, I think it's 400 years old. It's still operation today, so you can go visit it.
And, you know, back in the day, like when I was growing up in the 70s, there was a show on Channel 4 called Boo. And I think that album cover inspired the intro of that show.
I wish you could find that intro. It was so scary.
Yeah, because it was like a weird woman, and it looked like
it was raining.
It was raining, and then there's a house
and it
behind
was
her,
grainy,
and it's like in the wooded area. And I was like,
and it was sometimes low budget. Sometimes low budget adds to the horror.
Shit, those are the best movies, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
those splatter movies that are low budget, and you could tell, you know, I mean,
yeah,
you know, it's not the greatest acting, but just the whole
the vibe
cultiness of it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movies Phantasm, bro?
No, but I know there's an old man, right? And there's like a sphere.
Some flying balls.
Yeah.
I remember going to the drive-in.
And seeing Phantasm?
No, with my parents, and we were watching some, you know, Western movie that my dad wanted to watch. And then they'd show like trailers. And it was that trailer, and that trailer stuck with me for a long time.
Yeah,
dude.
like I gotta see that.
It was kind of scary. It was real psychedelic.
Mm-hmm.
It was inside a home. There was an old man that looked really weird, and there were flying balls with blades going after people and landing on their face.
Oh my gosh.
And just the trailer itself, I was like,
you were hooked.
Yeah, I was hooked. Like, wow, what the hell is that? And I never, ever to this day have seen the movie. Never.
Wow.
I think I'm going to have to check it out, dude.
Bucket list.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday to Black Sabbath. 52 years old today. Or 51.
51.
51 years old today, man. Congratulations. What an album. And still works today. With only 5,000 copies sold in the first week. What else do we got there?
In 1979, now remember, in 1979, there were not that many channels. So if a movie was made for TV, like a lot of people saw it.
Uh-huh.
It was a big deal.
That was Channel 4, Channel 5.
There was no HBO. There was no Cinemax. There was no internet. So, I mean, the TV, that's it. And the Mexican channels, if you lived in the valley. But in 1979, the TV movie Elvis, starring Kurt Russell as Elvis, it airs on ABC, and I've never seen it, but I know that it was a big deal when it came out because I've heard it's always referenced in pop culture. And I would imagine Kurt Russell would be a pretty cool Elvis. And I'm sure it did huge ratings because, once again, there wasn't that much competition back in the day.
Well, he was.
Did you see? Do you remember it? Did you see
I remember it as a kid, and I remember the hype.
Yes.
And I was like in 5th grade.
A John Carpenter film?
Yeah, it's a John Carpenter film.
Oh, wow.
And
He was famous for horror movies.
Yeah, and I remember seeing, the spots, the commercials leading up to it, and my parents would say, like, man, he really looks like Elvis.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that earlier.
Yeah, and then the moves and everything, and I don't remember the movie.
Right.
I remember it very vaguely because we saw it at home with my mom and my dad.
Sure.
But I really need to check it out again, man, because Kurt Russell. I mean, I remember Kurt Russell when he was in those Disney movies, the smartest man in the world, the strongest man in the world. Remember?
Francis the Talking Mule or stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he also came out in a Gilligan's Island
episode.
Yeah, he was like a lost jungle boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in a Gilligan's Island, Kurt Russell.
Well, John Carpenter made The Thing, one of my favorite horror movies of all time, starring Kurt Russell. So I think that's where they met, and that's where John Carpenter was like, all right, I want to use this guy for The Thing.
And John Carpenter also Halloween.
Yes.
The Halloween movie series. And one of my all-time favorite John Carpenter movies is Vampires.
I've never seen that one.
James Woods. Dude, it's a badass movie, dude.
I got to see that one.
It's a small little town out in the middle of nowhere.
It's like from more modern, right? It's not from the 80s, right?
Yeah, no, it's from the 80s, I think. It's like 80. Vampires. John Carpenter Vampires. Somebody out there watching probably
knows about it. I also know that he did The Fog. Did you ever see The Fog, John Carpenter?
Yeah.
And that would air also on ABC. And as a little kid, I was like, "A la mo, this looks scary."
Yeah, it's 1998.
1998. That's what I thought. Yeah.
And the cover's freaking awesome, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, Kurt Russell, I'm gonna look for it and I want to watch it, because
watch it back to back with Gary Busey as Buddy Holly.
Yeah, está chavalón, Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
he se casó con Goldie Hawn. They've been married for I don't know how long.
But they never married, but yeah, they're together.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was this week in rock history. What you doing for me? So some guy says their Vampires is bloody. It is. It's freaking awesome. I like bloody movies. All right, so now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Rock and Chaz Celebrity Birthdays. Okay.
Everything okay, Riley?
Yes.
What's going on?
Riley's cracking up back there.
No, just you guys are hilarious.
So, turning 78 this week. Jesus Christ. Joe Pesci, man.
What an icon.
What an amazing actor. What was interesting to me about Joe Pesci is that he could do a ruthless, bloodthirsty, cold-blooded gangster and then do a
Home Alone.
Yeah.
That's a lot of range.
And when I was watching Home Alone, never did it cross my mind that, he killed a woman by shooting her in the head in a gangster movie.
Yeah.
I mean, being ruthless and telling the banker and casino, I'm going to go into the bank and I'm going to beat your ass to death, and then I'm going to go to jail and I'm going to come back out and I'm going to beat your ass to death again, and you see him in the funny movie. And then, what's the name of that movie where he's a lawyer?
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny.
That one's hilarious.
Wow.
It's like the two extremes, right? Like he's murdering women and by shooting them in the head.
Yeah.
Or he's doing pratfalls.
And he's stabbing dudes in the neck in
Right.
a bar. And then he's like getting fluffed up with feathers and glue or something.
Right.
In Home Alone.
Getting hit in the head with a paint can. Donk.
Yeah.
I remember I told my mom, "Oh, Mom, you got to watch this movie, Goodfellas. It's great." And the opening scene is Joe Pesci stabbing a guy in the stomach in the trunk, like real graphic. And my mom is like, "Oh my God, this is awful." And I was like, "Wait, there's one." She gave up.
Yeah. It's like, and one of the very first movies I saw with him was Raging Bull with Robert De Niro. So him and Robert De Niro, they've had a freaking a relationship, a professional relationship, for many, many years.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right, and so one of the things that I wanted to mention in reference to Joe Pesci, when I found this out, I was blown away. So did you know that Joe Pesci was in a comedy duo with actor Frank Vincent?
Really?
You know who Frank Vincent is?
Yeah, the guy that he kills on Goodfellas.
Yeah, the
at
guy
the bar.
Go get your shine box.
Yeah.
That's Frank Vincent. So they were in a comedy team.
Wow.
Like they would insult each other and then insult the crowd. So they started in a comedy team, and they were also in a low budget movie called The Death Collector. Robert De Niro tells Martin Scorsese, "Hey, I got the perfect guys for Raging Bull." So they bring Frank Vincent and Joe Pesci. They're in Raging Bull. And then Martin Scorsese says, "These guys are phenomenal, man. I love these guys because they have chemistry.
Yeah.
Because they were a comedy team."
Yeah.
Then they're in Goodfellas together.
Uh-huh.
And that's where that famous scene is. Like, he goes, "This guy used to shine my shoes, make them look like mirrors."
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't shine shoes, Billy." What was that? "I don't shine shoes no more. I don't know if you heard. I don't shine shoes." "Oh, okay." And he goes, "Go get your shine box."
They end up beating the crap out of him, killing him, burying him, then taking him out of the grave and having to move him somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because they were going to build some type of house in that area. And it's crazy, dude. It's an awesome movie.
And then finally they were in Casino together, Frank Vincent and Joe
Yeah.
And so you talk about De Niro, it's also Frank Vincent, and what a great, I love chemistry between actors and people.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Happy birthday, Joe Pesci. I don't know what movie is your favorite movie with Joe Pesci. The last movie I saw with him was The Irishman with De Niro. And he was like a boss in Philadelphia. And his saying stuck with me and my dad. "It is what it is, and what it is what it is." And that's what he was saying. Irishman. I highly recommend that movie. It's pretty damn good. All right. Who else is next?
Happy birthday, born in 1961. He's an American singer, songwriter, and actor. He turned 60. His name is Vince Neil. And happy birthday, Mr. Vince Neil. Personally, I think he got a lap band surgery because he's been losing a lot of weight. But good for you, Vince.
I haven't seen him lately.
Good for you. Yeah, he was. Oh my God, he was so unhealthy.
He's 60.
Yeah.
And that's, the doctor always tells you when you reach that decade, right? You have to make a change in life.
Oh, yeah.
You have to make some changes and some adjustments. I'm sure they told him, look, if you stay like this, you're not gonna make it to 70. So now
he looked like he was one Twinkie away from exploding. When we saw him.
Yeah.
At the.
But when you see him at the very beginning on that Us Festival footage, he is thin and blonde
he was super
hair.
young.
The guy was like 21 years old. He was on top of the world playing in front of almost 500,000 people at that concert. And he screws up on one of the songs there, bro.
Oh,
he goes in too early.
Yeah.
And then he just stops, and then they keep going, and then he'll come in.
Yeah.
But if you watch the footage on YouTube, you'll check it out. But Vince Neil, man, let me see. This guy was with Motley Crue. Well, you all saw The Dirt, right? You saw it too, Fish, right?
Yeah, I saw The Dirt.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Vincent Neil Wharton is his real name. And born in Hollywood, California, to Shirley and Clovis Odie Wharton. He has Mexican ancestry on his mother's side and Native American ancestry on his father's. During the 1960s, his family moved around Southern California from Inglewood to Watts before finally settling in Glendora, attending Sunflower Intermediate School and later Royal Oak High School, as well as having an interest in music. While a teenager, Neil was also interested in surfing, basketball, baseball, football, wrestling, all that cool stuff that young men like to, be a part of. He was discovered while performing with the band Rock Candy and joined Motley Crue in 1981, and the rest is history, folks. So
There you have it.
Vince Neil. All right. Also celebrating a birthday, would have been 59 today, is Cliff Burton from Metallica. And boy, what a loss and what a tragedy. when he passed away, man.
Yeah, they passed. So the bus that the Metallica was in, Kirk Hammett and Cliff Burton were arguing, well, who's going to get that bunk?
Mm-hmm.
And Kirk Hammett lost. So Cliff Burton got on that bunk. And then when that bus crashed, Cliff Burton flew out the window. The bus landed on him and took his life. And it's one of those things where you think,
that would have been.
that could have been Kirk Hammett.
Yeah.
They were arguing who's going to get this bunk, and Kirk lost. But that ended up making him live. I mean, and what a tragedy. Cliff Burton was the guy who he would tell Metallica, guys, it's okay to have an instrumental. We don't have to have lyrics on every song. And he would motivate the guys, it's okay. So the reason they have instrumentals in those early albums is because Cliff Burton told them, we should do this. Trust me.
Yeah.
He was right.
And he did an Eddie Van Halen solo on his bass called Anesthesia.
Anesthesia
And
pulling teeth.
It's on the first album, and it was like, who would have thought of making
a bass solo.
Yeah,
right?
bass solo
Who's doing a bass solo
on an album?
Yeah.
And it becomes one of the more popular tracks. Everybody looks forward to listening to it. And then they started doing the bass solo before they go into For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. So
Yeah, what a shame. It's he was really he was a little bit older than the rest of Metallica, so he really had a lot of influence,
yeah.
positive influence.
All right, so he would have been 59 today, and I wonder if he would have still been with Metallica. That
I
would have
think
been
so.
interesting. Burton performed in the band's first 3 albums: Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets. All 3 of them are like
Considered
freaking masterpieces. He also received the posthumous posthumous writing credit for the song "To Live Is to Die" from the band's 4th album, "Justice for All." So, happy birthday to Cliff Burton
Rest in peace.
in metal heaven. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Rockin' Chaz Celebrity Birthdays.
That's all.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. We appreciate everybody that's given a thumbs up. We've got 42 thumbs up so far. 1 thumbs down, the usual one.
There's always that guy.
There's one.
There's always one. Right away,
And
negative.
it's
Like,
just
dude, we
one.
barely started. Like,
It's like every show there's one.
Every show.
And, but it's good
Probably
to
that one person that's just.
it's cool.
at least he's consistent.
It's becoming traditional.
It's a view though. It's a view.
It's becoming it's as traditional as Pete Astudillo never answering or me getting Pete Astudillo's voicemail all the time. You know what I mean? So there we go. And also, if you want a Rockin' Chaz t-shirt, we have them on sale right now. Just link to the descriptions below and just follow the directions and give us the code and you'll get the shirt. And we'll mail it straight to your home. Also want to thank the Rockin' Chaz Show live sponsor, Dr. T's Primary Care for Men. Call 956-441-2188. 956-441-2188. They've got IV vitamin infusion therapy that me and Rally did last Friday, and it's just amazing. We'll be doing it every 2 Fridays, folks. That's what we're going to do. It boosts our immune system. It gives us energy. It helps us burn fat. And you know what? We didn't mention this earlier, but I haven't had cravings like I have had because I'm one of those guys that by 7 o'clock, and Chaz knows every time he comes to the house and then we do the show, he'll sit at the table and there's pizza or there's tacos and he'll sit there and say, is there any in there? Yeah, man, go for it. Dale gas.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, he had a big tray of like cinnamon rolls.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was a big tray. I'm like, there's only 2 people in this house. Wow. And it looks so delicious. I just stayed quiet. Like, no.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I didn't.
And you know, the thing is I haven't been feeling like gorging on anything.
I know.
I mean, it's like my
that's true.
appetite's been suppressed with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting. I'm not freaking lying about this because let me tell you, every night I'd be craving sweets. I'd be craving, Jack in the Box.
I know this guy
Whataburger.
all of a sudden. Let's go to Shipley's.
Yeah.
I'm like, the show's gonna start. Like,
Yeah, I'm serious. The other day I had donuts there, Dunkin' Donuts. Remember?
Yeah.
And ever since we did that on Friday, I haven't had like cravings for that stuff. So whatever they put in me, I need to get some more of that. All right, it's coming up next Friday, dude. We're gonna go over there.
Yes.
I'm gonna try it too, actually.
Give them a call 956-441-2188 and let me know how if it suppresses your cravings.
Okay.
Because that's what it's doing to me. I don't know. What about you, Raleigh?
I feel the same.
Yeah,
I feel the
because
same.
Raleigh would say, "There's nothing sweet."
I haven't
you
said
know
that
what I
at
mean?
all.
And then you said, "I'm right here, baby."
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. Woo! All right, so last week, it's time for the Rockin' Chaz Random Album. All right. Last week, we pulled out this one. Defenders of the Faith. Judas Priest 2 weeks in a row.
The odds of that are astronomical.
It was Screaming for Vengeance. And
I
then,
did, yeah.
And then this one's right after Screaming for Vengeance.
That was crazy, yeah.
It's like I have them in like order or something. I don't know.
And you don't have anything in order in
No,
your
it's
life.
not. There's nothing in order. This whole place is out of order.
You're out of order.
He's out of order. Everyone is out of order. Al Pacino, Dog Day Afternoon. The shit we come up
I
with.
know.
Like, who would know that?
Who would know
Nobody
that?
but you
knows.
two.
Rockin' Chaz.
Nobody knows what we're talking
Nobody
about.
but you two.
ADHD los vatos de a madre. All right. So go for it, bro. It's your turn, dude.
All right, here we go. All right. Let's see what's going down over here. Smoking in the boys' room. What is this? Sherry and 11 others? Oh, the Four Seasons.
The Four Seasons,
It's
bro.
the Four Seasons. There you go.
That is freaking awesome.
The Four Seasons, you know, when you talk about harmonizing the Beach
Frankie
Boys.
Valley, dude.
I mean, these guys, classic harmonizers. Welcome to Oldies Radio.
Sherry baby, Sherry, Sherry baby, Sherry baby, Sherry baby, Sherry, can you come out tonight?
Man, this music defines the 50s and
I know.
early 60s.
I want to put a swirl in my hair.
Hey, what are you talking about? We're gonna,
Forget
look,
about it.
we're gonna go look at the girls tonight, huh? Good.
Gina, bada bing.
Yeah. What's happened? It's a meat sauce ready. It's a meat sauce ready or not?
The
We gotta-
meatballs.
The
meatballs.
gumans on this guy.
Yeah. Are you looking for somebody to whack you or something? There's actually, I think Frankie Valley came to the Valley, dude. He played at the McAllen Performing Arts
did
Center.
he? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
I
get
don't
to go
know.
to the show, but it would have been nice to see him. The guy's like 85, and he still performs.
Yeah, and I wonder if he can still hit those high notes. Probably.
Yeah. What other? Let's see. This one's a good one too, bro. Let's see.
Let's see here.
Yeah. If we're gonna get
Oh,
banned,
that's a good one.
Big girls don't cry, big girls don't cry.
The Four Seasons.
this one, bro.
Right
This
here.
one. This one.
What is this one? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, what a night.
Yeah, there you go. You know this one.
Yeah. One of the greatest hits of the Four Seasons.
That's-
What a night.
I didn't know that was the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Late December back in 63.
What a big difference, right?
Yeah.
Those two.
You know what other song this guy
It
played?
sounds more like
This is more modern song.
yeah,
It was
modern
disco-ish. It was like
disco-ish.
late 70s.
Yeah.
But this one, this is them too.
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this song is so.
Yeah. I got a classic album, bro.
Don't cry, Chaz.
I know. Is there a Kleenex? Man-sized
Yes, I have a box.
tissues.
We have
Oh my
some
God.
brawny. Paper
It's
towels.
in the restroom. Go get it.
I can't take.
Let me go get the brawny from the restroom.
There's a box of tissues back there that Raymond Rose sent us.
Yeah, but we can't pull them out till tomorrow because that's
Oh,
when we
okay,
filmed
okay,
that.
okay, okay.
Albert Davila said he saw Frankie Valley 2 years ago in San Antonio.
San Antonio. Yeah, he was on tour.
He was 84 at the
84.
time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He came to the Valley, dude. We should have
said-
gone,
I
bro.
know.
He said didn't know what to expect. He kicked ass. I was blown
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that just natural. And he was really like from Jersey, and you know,
Like a legit guy.
and they were surrounded by mobsters. You know, this is just
Yeah.
these
That was their
guys.
time, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I want to hear the. I want to hear the hook.
Oh, yeah.
But if you feel like
Everybody's got to sing it together, right?
please let me know that it's real.
This song came out in some movie recently. I don't know, I forgot.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
The horn.
Trust in me when I
You all have a good one. Thank you for joining us.
say, don't bring me.
We'll see you tomorrow night, okay? Thursday night. Throwback Thursday.
I was gonna say real quick, they actually play in Vegas too. I think he had like a what is it called?
Yeah,
When you're
a
there for
residency.
what?
A residency, yeah.
But yeah, anyways, go on.
You're just too good to be.
Y'all have a beautiful evening, man. We'll see you tomorrow Thursday, okay?
Take my eyes off.
Puro pinche rock and chat show, papa, asústame. Make sure to share with all your friends on social media. Tell them about the show
I wanna
and the YouTube channel.
so much. At long last, love has won, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true.
Can't take my eyes off of you.